Hello, hello, hello. My name is Troy White. I'm with Hoodoo Financial. Today we're talking more um, finance investment. Primarily, we're going to talk about wealth building, and I want to tackle some of the nuances that goes into it. So the theme for today, wealth building is not something that occurs by chance. You don't stumble into wealth. So I want you to think of something. What you do today is what determines your future. Um, the future is just a collection of successive right nows. So if you think about that, so right now is now in the past, right? So when I just said that, time has gone. So what I do every moment is what determines my future, is what sets me up in the future. So when we're talking about investing, there's a time component to investing, the time value of money. Look it up. It's a detailed scientific topic within finance and investment. And then there's another component, and that is your investment time horizon. So again, time is time. Your investment time horizon is impacted by the time value of money, or I should even say it is constrained by the time value of money. So if your time horizon for a specific investment, what does that mean actually? When I need the money, that's what the time horizon of your investment is. When do I need the money? So if you need the money in 2 years and that amount is, let's say, $10,000, well, where are you right now? Oh, I'm starting at zero. Okay, well, how much do you have to invest every month? $100. Okay, so in 2 years, $100 a month, that's 12 months, that's $2,400. So how do we turn $2,400 that does, we don't even have it all at once, but the time horizon is only 2 years, but I need $10,000 in 2 years. Well, that's some heavy lifting, right? That means we need a return, whatever that mathematical calculation is, that percentage return against $2,400 over 10 years, over 2 years. And the calculation is actually more detailed than that because the we don't get all the money at one time. So time is a factor. So again, building wealth is not by chance. Time is a factor. What you do right now impacts your circumstance tomorrow. So, I mean, everything in that screams, you need to take action right now. Because one thing I know is you have investment goals, period. You have goals, even if you don't think they're investment goals. You have goals, and all of those goals have a dollar figure attached to them. And they won't occur if you don't have the dollars. So, do you want to achieve your goals? Are they just dreams? Are you just dreaming? Well, if you want to actually achieve it, you have to turn those dreams into goals, and then those goals into plans, and those plans into actions. And so, remember, the future is just a collection of successive right nows. So you need to do that right now. You're listening to me, that's part of it. All right, so there is a science to wealth building. I just spoke about some of the components of that science, but the science is mathematical. So it's not it's not something that is magic. It's just literally a mathematical calculation. If you need X amount by X date, then this is what we got to do to get there. Period. Ain't no getting around it. So you achieve ownership of assets by doing things a certain way. And assets, owning assets, is what constitutes your wealth. So the more assets you own, the the more your net worth increases. So achieving ownership of the assets has to occur a certain way. And this there's nuance there, but it depends upon what your goals are. But that certain way, when you were talking about building wealth, that certain way, what it really about boils down to is where you are allocating your assets, where you putting your money, so that that money will go to work and that money will grow into more money or bigger assets, which can be liquidated for more money. What I mean by that, you know, your car can be liquidated and turned into money. So it's an asset, right? It's a depreciating asset. We only, in terms of wealth building involves appreciating assets, assets that continue to grow in value. We don't really want to buy things that constantly decrease in value. You can, but there has to be another reason why you wanted that, right? You want a Lamborghini or something, right? Or some sort of car that I think a Lamborghini probably holds its value, but let's just say a Lexus. You want a Lexus or a Mercedes, and next year that Lexus or Mercedes is worth way less than you started from. So consider this: a car that is $100,000 car, in 10 years it will be worth approximately 10% of its original value. So, what was the point of buying that? So just things like that. We want appreciating assets. So any business or industry can make you rich with your talent and your expertise. And so we're saying, right now we're assuming wealth and rich. We're using those interchangeably. There are differences, but you're going to be rich before you are wealthy. So you need some sort of business or to engage in to turn your twos and fews into many. So your talent and expertise in that business or that industry is what is going to increase your earning potential, right? So, if you are someone in the hospitality industry, if you have a high level of education and degrees in that field, then you're likely to achieve more success and you're going to take on more responsibility, and you're going to be able to take on more risk and receive more reward. Whereas if you are someone on the lower rung of that hospitality industry, you might work at the front desk at a motel, a hotel, right? That's not to say that remember, future is a collection of success of now. So what are you doing while you're sitting at the counter at the motel? You could be on your laptop, going to school, doing work. But it's just about how you spend that time. But the key point I want you to realize is any business or any industry that you want to be in, there's a pathway to riches and wealth within that industry, within that, and maybe even within that business itself. I've heard you hear this all the time. You'll never get rich working for someone else. That's actually not true. It's much harder, or I don't even know if harder is the thing. Much less likely. But I personally know folks who they work their job and they've been working, and they went to school, they got a good career, and they invest the maximum in their 401k, and by the time they hit retirement, they're millionaires. So I mean, I've seen it. It happens. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel for those who don't want to take on the extra risk to receive the extra reward of being some form of an entrepreneur, or business owner. All right, knowledge, planning, and action is what it requires. So knowledge, planning, and action are your only tools for wealth building. That's all you need as for the tool. You could build this house with knowledge, planning, and action. But this house being your portfolio of appreciable assets. So things that are important to your success should be standardized. Things that are important to your success should be standardized. What's important? Your knowledge, your planning, and your actions. Well, we should standardize those things. So take the action area. Acquiring assets must be a regular routine for you. So that means, you need to be investing even if you got $50 a month right now and you just started working at McDonald's. Start investing right now, $50 a month into your IRA, into a individual investment account, other account types. But you need to start doing that because we need to standardize it. So you need to set it up and have investment automation. So the $50 or $500, $5,000, whatever amount it is for you, needs to automatically be taken from your bank account, wherever your paycheck goes, and through ACH automatically is deposited into your investment accounts. When they hit your investment accounts, you should have automated investing into your portfolio. So you should already have a portfolio of assets that you are accumulating. So if you add another $50, that $50 goes into buying fractional shares of the 30 or 20 or however many stocks that make up your portfolio. But that has to be automated, standardized. So your investment life should be completely automated in this way. We don't, because if we leave it up to your diligence or your for you to just be a responsible individual, that ain't gonna happen. That's something that'll fall off, right when your enthusiasm wanes on that, right when you get some bad news about a stock, right when you see the news of a market crash. And these are actually the times when you should go harder, but they are exactly when you would stop. And once you stop, it's going to be years, at least months, but likely years before you are back on and doing it again. And that inaction, the time of inaction, really hurts you. So it's better to invest a little bit consecutively, consistently, than wait around and save up and invest a chunk at a time. That is far inferior to investing consistently, small amounts. So build success into your plan and then automate it. So you must have a financial plan, so which you build success into. So success is different for every individual. So but if I ask you, hey, what does success look like for you? A lot of times you'll tell me based on what you think you're capable of, but you don't actually know what you're capable of, right? Because you're talking to me. I'm the financial expert, and you're not. So I know you don't think some of these things are possible, but I know they are. So if I ask you that question and you say, well, I would like to have a car and a house and, just not worry about our bills. That's pretty much what you're going to say, right? But what you're not going to say is what you really feel. What I really feel, I really would like a big swimming pool with a big backyard so I could have barbecues and all the family can come over and enjoy that. Oh, and by the way, I know I only have 2 kids, so we need a 3-bedroom, but I need an extra bedroom as well for our family to come over. You know what? I really like a big giant kitchen with a double refrigerator freezer thing. You start going into all the details. If I strip away the concept of you on what you of asking you what you think you can achieve. Now I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, what do you want? And so that's what we need to build into the plan. And that is success. So the plan needs to to be how to achieve your best life. Why are we gonna follow a plan if it ain't the best thing that I want? What are we making a plan for? Are we making a plan? I mean, along the road, we should be achieving goals as part of your plan. But the end result should be the maximum best thing that you ever thought you wanted. That should be the goal. That should be the plan. And we need to automate those things, because if we don't automate it, like I said, soon as a wrinkle hits our lives, then that's going to throw everything off. Then the wrinkle could just be, somebody bust your car windows, and now you need $1,000 to replace all the windows. Well, that's going to say, well, I can't invest this month. I'm gonna pause my investments because I need this $1,000. Then you'll never put it back in. You'll never put that $1,000 a month going back into your investments. $100 a month, whatever amount it is. So build success into your plan, and we're gonna automate that success. But we have to follow the plan and take actions towards the goals. Take action. The action that I'm primarily talking about right now is investing. That is an action that we have to take. But there's a lot of other actions it requires. Remember, knowledge and planning. So we have to constantly accumulate more knowledge on our career to improve your expertise, improve your talents, so that you can generate more income. And the more income you generate, the more we have to invest, and the faster you get to your goals. All right. Science to investing and mechanics of wealth building is what's important. The science of investing is the nuances of, okay, what asset classes should I be investing in? How much return do I need to receive to achieve my goals, my short-term goals, my medium-term, and my long-term, as well as retirement, as well as setting up my kids for success as well. Because we're always talking about generational wealth building here. It's not just you, right? So the science comes into mapping out how much I need to receive as a rate of return on my investments, and how much I can invest and should invest and need to invest on a consistent basis to get there, so that that rate of return will result in the outcome that I'm looking for. And then the mechanics of wealth building, which account types, we have to open the accounts. We have to set up the beneficiaries. There's the mechanics of how we're going to distribute your wealth to you at a certain time. Because remember, we have to consider taxes. We want to take advantage of tax advantage accounts. What that means is basically investment accounts that are going to allow me to not have to pay tax right now. So investing actually will result in you keeping more of your own money from a tax standpoint every year. It's going to result in you receiving, not necessarily receiving a tax return, but it's definitely helping you towards receiving a tax return, because it's reducing your taxable income. And then when it's time to retire, and depending on the account types, in which you're going to need multiple investment account types, there's a dance we got to play, because we always want to take from the account that is going to receive the least amount of taxation. And so we take from certain accounts at certain times. We deplete that account and then move on to another taxable account, etc. Things like that. And so embedded in all of this, what we're talking about is financial psychology and investor behavior. And back to the knowledge, you have to improve your financial psychology. That only that can only occur by you doing what you're doing now, listening to someone like me, doing research, reading, and getting a good understanding of finance and investment, and that will improve your investor behavior. Improving your knowledge will improve your actions, because you once you know better, you do better. And it all actually does boil down to financial psychology and investor behavior, because I need to get you to behave the right way, in a way that is going to help build your wealth. And that means you know being conscious of your credit. That means not spending above your means. um, Investing, paying yourself first, and investing always consistently. The mechanics of setting everything up. Dollar cost averaging, etc. So I'm gonna cut it there. I've been talking for 20 minutes. So wealth building does not occur by chance. That's just something that you need to be aware of. If you need to talk further about this topic or any finance and investment related issue, I'm going to include a link to a free investor consultation uh, at our firm, as well as links to if you're ready to open an account and become an investor, a client of ours right now. You can do that as well. So I'll include those links in the description. And thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you soon or hear from you. And see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Holler.